Hello, namaskar, and welcome. Hearty welcome to all of you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the book launch of the autobiography of Sri Mahantesh GK. It's indeed a matter of great pleasure that we have with us a cricket legend, a motivator, a man for all generations, and of course, a great human being, Sri Rahul Dravid amongst us. So let's all welcome Sri Rahul to this launch. Hearty welcome to you, Sri Rahul. Okay, we also have with us the Dronacharya of Sri Mahantesh, Sri Rajendra, who was the first to see the spark in Mahantesh and took him into Ramana Maharshi, and after that, as I say, is just history. So the talent was identified first by Sri Rajendra. Incidentally, he also became a part of Samarthanam, which was founded by Mahantesh, and he has been mentoring him right throughout and is always been a sort of inspiration and guide. Hearty welcome to you, Sri Rajendra. We also have with us Sri Subbu Kota, a philanthropist, a businessman who's joined us from the United States of America. Importantly, he's the president of Samarthanam in USA, and of course, he has pledged $1 million for the development of blind cricket. It's indeed a pleasure to have you, Sri Subbu, with us. Hearty welcome to you, Sri Subbu. And of course, ladies and gentlemen, to introduce the star of the day, Mahantesh GK. But he would love, all his friends would love him to be called as Mahantesh GK. A very hearty welcome to you. He's been a man on mission, and importantly, please note, he wanted the specially abled population to be a part of the mainstream of the population. And that's been his hallmark, and he has been working tirelessly 24/7. A very hearty welcome to Sri Mahantesh, and congratulations.
Thank you.
And we also have with us the co-author of the book, Sri Satish Vishwanathan, who has, as you all know, has carved niche himself in the journalistic arena. He's also made a mark in administration and management, is now the director for the development of cricket associated with Samarthanam. Well, Satish, welcome to you.
Thank you. Pleasure.
You're thinking something?
No, absolute pleasure to be here. I never thought I'd be an author,
Yeah.
but it just so happened.
Okay. And also, we would like to welcome all our viewers and the families of Sri Mahantesh, Nagesh, and everyone who has been a part of this broadcast telecast. Hearty welcome to all of you. Yes. So we would start the deliberations. We'd like to keep it as formal as possible, so please feel free and then express your views in your own words. So first of all, we'll start with Dronacharya. As they say, it should start with the Guru. So Rahul has just now joined. Well, I'd like to introduce Sri Rahul Dravid once again. Our viewers also got the glimpse of it, and I think a hearty welcome to the man, a cricket legend, and of course, who needs no introduction, a motivator, a man for all generations, and of course, a great human being. A very, very hearty welcome to you, Sri Rahul, for this.
Thank you. Absolutely lovely to be here. It's fantastic. Really looking forward to this, and yeah, just so nice to be here, and at the launch of a book of Mr. Mahantesh, who's obviously a great inspiration, and also nice to see that it's been written by Satish, who's a friend. So it's a double pleasure to be here.
Yeah. Thank you, Sri Rahul. As I was just telling everyone that I would request now Sri Rajendra to say a few words on the occasion. Over to you.
Sir, ನಿಮ್ಮ audio ಬರ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ಲ, Rajendra sir. Something again with your audio. We can see you nice and full, but not the audio. Not yet. Have you switched on the Bluetooth for your earphones and taken it off? Maybe that's the call. No problem, sir. We can see you, but we can't hear you.
So I think we'll get it technically corrected. I think I would now request Mr. Subu to say a few words on the occasion. Mr. Subu, can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear, sir.
It's good morning to you, but here it's good afternoon here in India.
Yes,
Welcome.
very, very good morning to all the guests, Mahantesh and the family of Samarthanam, both in India, around the world, and USA. It is a great pleasure to see everybody assembled for the launch of the book, of the autobiography. And I want to tell you, this is only the first version of it, and there will be several versions will be coming as the history going to be happening with the life of Mahantesh in his charting of the new territories. He'll be doing much, much more. We're only here to support him. We are the cheerleaders to motivate him and help him to reach the new heights. We all are in love with him. About 10 years back, I went to see the Sonada team, Sonada being the blind children dancing Bharatanatyam. I couldn't believe it in Perkins School of Education. And from there onwards, I fell in love with the organization and motivated my own life. I learned a lot. From and who never complain. I always tell people, if you have problems, borrow a blind child, all the problems will be fixed. They never complain. So that is the motto I'm following. And Mahantesh, for the last 10 years, I go every year 3 times, spend the time, and we keep hearing it. My association and support of the blind cricket is something I got to tell. Whenever I went to the blind cricket game, more than any people here in the audience, the people who are at home, who are listening to the commentary, they were thrilled. All of them follow the running commentary, and they're giving it enormous of joy, and have an opportunity to get them out of their homes and wherever they are and be part of it. And I know we lost our friend, and I used to be very close to him, much more close than Mahantesh, and the three of us, we used to have a lot of fun in the journey. I just yield to Dravid or whoever the next one, and I'll be here to take any questions, any comments you may later on.
Question and answer session later on. Thank you, Mr. Subbu, for your commitment, and in fact, we are all with you in all endeavors of Sri Mahantesh. I think we've got Rajendra back on line. Mr. Rajendra, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear. Can you hear? Can you hear me?
Yes. Yeah, we can hear you. Please go ahead and say a few words on the occasion.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. First of all, my congratulations and thanks to Mahantesh and the entire team for this excellent milestone. There are several milestones in his life, and this is one of the best and close to my heart as well. I would like to state that in 2 phases. One, as I have seen Mahantesh as my student from his childhood, his personality as a person, and second, as an achiever. To begin with, let me start from Gita. Karmanye va adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. He has never seen or looked for any appreciation or any results that is beneficial. Just he did his sincere efforts which has led to whatever we are listening today. The childhood, basically he came, as he has narrated in the book nicely. Normally, I was the secretary for Ramana Maharshi Academy, and he came with his dad and his kaka. And his dad told me, you can ask him any table, sir. He's very good at tables. I said, okay. Immediately I asked him, can you tell me 18 ones are 18. Actually, he just narrated it like that. 18 eights was immediate answer within a fraction of a second. I got really astonished. A 10-year-old boy, spelling out without any mistake. And after that, I came out and I met his dad, and I was telling him, sir, I asked a question, but I myself was not fully conversant with 18th table. So that was his, matured brain, a very intelligent brain that he had all through. He was loved by all. All teachers used to love him. He was a very lovely boy, good-looking boy with nice cheeks, and they used to come and pinch his cheeks all the time. Never been blamed for any mistakes. He has never done a mistake throughout his school days. None of the teachers have come to me and complained against Mahantesh all through his career. He was an extraordinary, and he could tell the essence of the job. That is extraordinary brain. He could tell the essence of the next chapter before the teacher could take it. The moment he comes to the class, he knew what the teacher is going to teach him, and he knows exactly what he would paraphrase the same before the teacher says. That's uncommon among many visually impaired, and mostly with others as well. Now let me quickly touch on Mahantesh and Nagesh. They're the fantastic dual personalities. Two entities, entirely different and opposite personalities with one soul. Is what I would like to phrase. They were Mahantesh on one side is sober, soft, never makes a mistake, non-mischievous, like highly brainy, intellectual, and extraordinary capacity. On the other side, Nagesh, daring, happy to go young boy, bold, naughty, highly mischievous. All complaints. What happens? First suspect used to be Nagesh, and he was completely physically strong, and Mahantesh is intellectually strong. Nagesh had won several, sports medals, brought medals and honors to this one. Same time, Mahantesh used to get all chess championships for us. So these were two different personalities, but they were the best friends, and they could start Samarthanam together. They were together all the time. Now, as I have seen Mahantesh, quickly, in Canada, we have a phrase, "Gelayu apairu, molekeyalli." You could make out the plant when it is just as happy. And, we could identify his talents and potential from the day I met him. He was in every aspect, whether it is thinking, singing, bhajans, debate competitions, chess competitions, or studies, or even mathematics. Mathematics is one of the science is the most difficult subjects for children with visual impairment. The second aspect is no pain, no gain, no injury. Never thinks of taking risks. Mahantesh always takes risks, and not just simple ones, big risks. He has narrated some of them in the books with nicely. And putting all efforts, hard work, passion needed to achieve what he wants. So that passion I have been seen right through from 10 years till now, and it has increased in multiple bounds. And at the same time, things of results are not even affected by when he fails. I've seen some of the big things going, not being approved by somebody. He immediately shifts to the next chapter, doesn't even talk about it, moves away. So that kind of very rare personality. The third important aspect I've seen in Mahantesh is being kind and grateful. As you could have read through, right through his book, he has not left even a single person who has helped him to become what he is. Whether all his teachers, his friends, and the politicians, cricketers, every name he has remembered and made sure to mention them and highlighted their even small support to them.
You're in trouble.
Being grateful and being kind. And he has helped several of his visually impaired colleagues to get jobs, absorb them when they are in trouble. Another important aspect is, you might have read Secret, the book written by Rhonda Byrne. He's the verbatim copy of what is suggested by For All. I've seen him, whatever is written in the Secret book, always happy, never good attitude, never worried about, it's worth and worrying. Second, another important aspect is think big and start small. Whatever he takes up, he thinks big. We all went out for a vision making exercise. And the first thing when I asked him, what's your vision? Vision 2020. He said, sir, 100 crores, 100,000 lives to be touched directly. So that kind of passion and risk-taking ability. Even he has narrated when the first time the World Cup was announced, Nagesh just lifted his hand in Dubai. They volunteered. There was nothing, not even an account, not even a penny in the bank. But they could take that bold step forward to begin with. Another thing is the ROI, return on investment, directly proportional to extent of investment. So he doesn't care of investing, whether it.
Well, Mr. Rajendra,
Yeah.
one point, you can just close with that. One important thing which always make you admire Mahantesh, you can say that one particular point and close your talk.
Yeah, one thing is, as I said, I have traveled with him across, and I did mention once there was a competition between Honorable Modi ji and him. 9,000 kilometers in a week we traveled by air, train, bus, taxi, everything. So,
He's going to beat that record shortly.
yeah. And never sleeps. He never sleeps. I haven't slept. When I was in US, when I meet somebody, I used to just call him up at 2 a.m. in the morning, and he used to pick up immediately and speak to them. And the one thing which I liked in him is a fine balance between family, personal, professional, and organizational issues. It's very rare for anybody to balance between all. In spite of his hectic schedules, he makes sure that he meets his friends, meets them, and wishes them on the birthday or occasions. Family also gives the same.
So in short, he's an all-rounder. Thank you very much.
One last quick thing on the organization leadership. Putting leadership into practice. I have seen Mahantesh go back. He is an institution by himself. The strategies of Samarthanam were entirely different from other NGOs. That's the uniqueness of Mahantesh and his organization in terms of marketing, fundraising, visibility, credibility, partnership with government and corporate. So that's, and the wide variety of reach, education, livelihood, balance of pro and persons with disability programs, sports, dance, music, technology, midday meal, BPO, call center, environment projects, Parisara, and everything is linked to sustainability with social entrepreneurship. I can talk for a year about Mahantesh. Thank you for this opportunity.
Thanks. Stay with us. Do stay with us, Mr. Rajendra. And now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the star of the day, Shri Mahantesh GK. Well, I think I need not have to introduce you. A lot of introductions have come in. In short, an all-rounder, a man on a mission. Over to you, Mahantesh.
Satish, I'll talk after you.
Say a few words.
Okay.
Words straight from the heart.
Thank you, Shankar sir. Good morning, Subbu sir. Good afternoon, everybody in India, and good evening, friends in the other side. Let me first remember all those who have traveled with me, starting from my amazing parents in heaven, my teachers, my family, my friends, and a lot of volunteers, well-wishers. My big thanks from the bottom of my heart. I'm personally excited on this day because it's a very special day for me personally. There are many reasons. Many people ask, why so early? Why do you want to write this autobiography? Normally I get these questions because I'm not even 50 yet, going to be in 18 days from now. But there are some reasons, but very important one. A very good friend, a philosopher, guide, brother and a guardian who was inseparable, who stayed with me all my life from 1981, 2nd January to 24th April 2016. 35 years, inseparable. There was no single day when we were not talking. Every single day we spoke, physically or on phone. When we were planning to host the second T20 World Cup, with a lot of preparations, plans, discussions, arguments, there was a blow. I lost my friend, who is none other than my dear friend SP Nagesh, with whom Rajendra sir already spoke. Losing him was a big shock. Entire world fell for me. I became almost I don't know, no words, no, kind of completely shattered my dreams. It took a lot of time for me to raise, a lot of time for my team to accept the passing away of our beloved friend Nagesh. Me and Nagesh spent a lot of days together, time together, traveled together, many times with Subbu sir, Rajendra sir, and many of you. We always talked of documenting our efforts, our achievements, or whatever our work. We wanted to document that. Unfortunately, we lost Nagesh. I felt it is high time that I start putting my memories, whatever I remember. There's a lot to be added, but whatever I could remember, including Nagesh. But if he was there, it could have been a combined autobiography. We were thinking of writing. Losing him, I think I felt it is important that we immortalize Nagesh personally and the effort of Samarthanam, how we started, the journey, the struggle, the challenges, how we encountered, as Rajendra sir mentioned about the risks we took, because it was not easy starting an organization from the scratch and bringing it to what it is. A lot of efforts gone. It has been a very enduring experience personally for me. So wanted to put all this. I'm very, very happy that even today, family of Nagesh, Mamata, his wife, and Shomit Nag is with us.
They are on screen, sir.
Oh, they are on screen. Thank you, sir. Thanks for bringing them. And also my family, Geeta, Ishu, Sreta, you can see them. And Vasanti madam, my motherly person who has been with us, for me, Nagesh, and for entire Samarthanam. And a few others also there. So I definitely would like to extend my big thanks to all of them. And also my huge thanks to Subbu sir and Rajendra sir for your massive admirations. And I'm so very honored. I'm a cricket maniac. Cricket is my life. I can leave anything for cricket. I can only live in cricket. So when someone who's such a great cricketer, a legend, a great human being, Rahul Dravid sir, consenting to release this autobiography, very, very emotionally, I'm honored, sir. I feel like cricketers are gods to me. Cricket grounds are pitches are temples. So someone like you finding time to release this, I think this book is really very precious. And Subbu sir getting up so early to be a part of this, who is also sponsoring the IONA, the Subbu sir and Samarthanam USA. A big thanks to you and my Samarthanam USA team, entire Samarthanam family, Cabby Cricket Association for the Blind in India, and entire Cabby cricket fraternity, blind cricket fraternity, state and world. You all have been part of my journey. Whatever I am today, it is all because of you all who have always been with me, who have shared the difficult times, who have been part of my celebrations. So, as Subbu sir said, we'll continue to travel, achieve more for the benefit of millions and millions and billions. Our aim will continue to remain, make a difference in the lives of people with different challenges, who are socially, economically deprived. Everyone should get chance to enjoy their life, an opportunity for them to excel in their life and become independent and self-reliant and become contributors of the society. As Rajendra sir and many of my teachers taught me, if anyone has failed, it is not because of their blindness. It is only because of lack of opportunities, lack of support system, and their own self. So it is important for us to stay motivated and motivate others to come up in life. I'm personally gratified by the support I got from co-author Satish Vishwanathan. It was accidental I bumped into on a very different note. Probably he will talk about it. So there was a gap of 20 years. So I suddenly proposed that I'm thinking of writing an autobiography. So probably he will talk about it. So I'm personally blessed. And very importantly, this program is hosted by my very, very dear friend, who has been supporting Samarthanam through hosting shows, at least from 2003. So like this, relationships once built, I think I'm fortunate to cherish that and enjoy the longevity of relationship. People have more love and affection. My extended family, my sisters, my brother, my uncles and aunts, my siblings. Overall, my friends in college and school, everywhere, I feel very, very blessed, very fortunate. I realized this fortune should not only remain with me, how this fortune could be shared. So me and Nagesh, along with my friend Mudda, Vasant Madam, we started Samarthanam. Through Samarthanam, we created Cricket Association for Blind in India in 2010, getting cricketers with visual impairment to manage this. We believe that people with visual impairment are equally, if not more, equally capable. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mahantesh. Words straight from the heart. Yes, and we are pretty sure that there are many more milestones will be there in your highly illustrious career. As you said, we'll now waste not much of time. Without much ado, I would now request Satish Vishwanathan. Yes, if you start with the chance of meeting Mr. GK after Mahantesh after 20 years, or you would like to start with something else?
No, I will take the cue from him.
Yeah.
It's actually very funny in the sense that it was a gap of nearly 20 years. I think we last met when I was in Deccan Herald, and I quit Deccan Herald in 99. So he used to come and give the blind cricket scores. And we were not very encouraging those days of blind cricket. So I didn't know I'd end up running blind cricket, such a strange thing. He just heard my voice there. Of course, some kind of a cricketing sports meet it was. It was a political event, but with sports accent. He caught me at the end of the show and said, I need to talk to you. Do you remember me? Immediately, of course, you can't forget a person like him. So we struck a deal. It's okay, I'll come over, we'll meet up. I said, we had a couple of conditions. So he said, what? I said, the first thing is, I'll come and listen to you 2-3 times. And then let me please allow my journalistic instincts to tell you upfront whether there's a story worth telling or not. Secondly, I told him, once he agreed that there's a story here, then I write a couple of chapters. So that I would mail it to him and Kumar, who's sitting quietly on the other side, who's actually been a fantastic, massive impetus behind this book because he sat on every talk that we had. I said, I'll send it to you guys and you decide whether I'm the guy worth writing it. Obviously, both conditions are met, that's why we are all sitting here.
Yeah.
The book is out. Sure, I will not talk much about the book because of Samarthanam, but it's a fascinating. I can assure you his story. It is something that it's not just his story. What happened was, it took me to a different world. It's like a world I had not seen before. Mix going around with traveling with him, and we didn't sit, not sat in his office and he dictated stuff and we wrote. We traveled together. We said, I must understand how he lives, how he moves around, for that to reflect properly in the book. So that's what we did. And Rajendra sir was talking about flights. And be me, I'm a very fastidious kind of person. I organize myself. He will come the last minute to the airport. I'm here, I'm on the way, and I'm checking in. So don't worry, sir, we'll manage. And we walk through because we will tell, obviously he has a issue with his sight. So we will probably green channel ourselves once in a while. We get into the flight. I don't know, Rajendra said, I've flown so much with him, whether he noticed it. I'm getting tense because he's always on the phone. Either he's reading his messages and he's always voiceable, right? So he can't read it. The voice becoming. And the entire crew, everybody will be staring at Mahantesh. And Mahantesh will be happy looking back. The air hostess announcing, please put your phones down, put it off. They don't know Mahantesh can't see. And Mahantesh doesn't know that they're staring at him. See, if he's traveling alone, at least the staff is helping him. But if he's traveling with me or somebody else, he just comes along with us. You will never know. I've never seen him with a stick. He never uses that. So you will not. We were outside. He said, okay. And he's there with his bag. Okay, please get the passenger. So we said, yeah, he's here. So he said, please get the passenger. So they didn't realize he's the passenger. So, it's not a handicap for us, as I realized when I was saying. And believe me, as I said, I got into a different world. And that I'll give you an example. Rahul, you will be quite interested in this. We play our sports journalist tournament every year, right? So last year also I broke a hand. I had a fracture. And we are going to organize our first ever women's nationals. We never done it before. So Cabby, we're going to organize the first ever national tournament for the women. And it was in Delhi. So the Shalina, who's our chief organizer there, called me and said, Satish sir, please come. I need you to do a recce of the grounds. And I told Shalina, look, I've broken my hand and I'm not able to travel. Give me a few days, I'll come. And what he told me just completely moved me. He says, Sarji, please come over. How many ever pairs of hands you want, we'll give you. All we need is your eyes. That was. And it worked. So when I remember we called you from there,
Yeah.
we were at this particular ground. We had 3 grounds identified. So we said, this ground, Shailendra told me, look, it's got a pavilion, it's got stands, so help us doing for a final. So we'll have it here. So we'll show you the other ground. When I saw the other ground, the Siri Fort ground, it was awesome. We said no. And Mahantesh, we called him, he said, look, even for people to reach, this is the ground.
Everybody is the best.
So we shifted the ground
Yes.
to Siri Fort. We said we will spend extra on tents and hiring chairs, etc., and make it big. But we shifted, and thank God.
Jamia
As I
Millia.
said, Mahantesh, you always say we are very lucky
Yes.
and all that. Look at the luck. The
Jamia.
other ground was Jamia Millia. The night before the tournament, still under in Delhi, we couldn't reach the ground. So I mean, that's the kind of world I got into, and every bit of it has been interesting. Sites. We've gone to different talk shows. He has a lot of corporate talks that he does. So we've gone there. I've seen how he prepares himself, and we've been to the lot. So we'll sit down at breakfast time and discuss the book quickly, then go to the show,
Yeah.
and then come back. We were once stuck in a campus in Pune, Mahesh, if you remember.
My God.
And he's such a busy man. He's fixed up 3-4 meetings after everything. And that's what I learned to sort of make sure that we are on time in most places and all that. What he did. Story, but there's a lot more in the future. I wish you all the very best, and I hope to play a part in the rest of your journey in one way or the other. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I will not forget this.
Thank you,
Thank
Satish sir.
Thank
Definitely.
you.
Huh?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
One, I don't know whether it is good or bad, but whoever is connected to me, I ensure that they are with me in all my journey, whether it is struggle or success. So definitely, you are going to be with me, sir.
That's why you're a leader. So you take people along with you, and they'll be always with you. It's a mutual admiration society. So
Thank you.
please continue like that, and may you have many more people in your journey.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Well, now the important time of this event has come in. We are all eagerly awaiting to listen to the words of wisdom and, of course, inspiration from none other than Rahul Dravid. Rahul, your impressions and a few words on the occasion.
Yeah. Firstly, I hope everyone can hear me. Sometimes I've been slipping in and out, but if I do slip out, then I'll try to come back in as well. Is it quite?
Yes.
Fair.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Thanks. Firstly, it's just really like I said in the introduction, I'm really happy to be here to launch this book. I think I was trying to remember. I think my first sort of interaction with Mr. Mahantesh was in 2016 when he, I think, requested me to be the brand ambassador of the 2017 Blind World Cup, or this, I think, the second edition of the T20 World Cup. And I used to I sort of wondered, I thought it is so difficult to organize events, so difficult to organize tournaments. Um, it's very easy, I think, to organize IPL, as we are seeing. We can go to Dubai and you can go anywhere, and the resources are unlimited. Uh, People have, the finances are unlimited. Big tournaments are actually easy to hold. But it is, your domestic cricket tournaments like the challenges that Mr. Mahantesh and his team at Cabby were trying to hold a World Cup for the blind, where, let us be honest. I mean, there is not a lot of, unfortunately, revenue or resources or funds available to hold it. It requires some extraordinary vision. It requires extraordinary hard work. It requires it requires great courage and a dedicated team to do it. And it was, phenomenal that the way they pulled it off in 10 cities, with so many teams. It was I think an incredible achievement, and I think that's kind of, in a way, for me, in a way, sort of symbolizes, Mr. Mahantesh's his life has been. Really, it's been, for someone who could obviously have felt very disappointed with the challenges that life had thrown him, who obviously started out with a definite disadvantage to so many people, so many other people. What he has been able to achieve, and the number of lives that he has been able to touch, and I don't need to go on about that, because it's all there in the book. Mr. Babu and Mr. Rajendra have spoken so much about it with Satish, so I won't go into that. But I think just the fact that someone like him has been able to touch so many lives, he's been able to reach out to so many people, he's been able to make a difference in the lives of so many people. And I only spoke about just the blind cricket part of it, but just what they have done at Samarthanam Trust, and I've been there, and I've seen the fantastic work that goes on there, the difference that makes. I think is absolutely phenomenal. So it was really, I think it was a story waiting to be written. To be honest, I think it's a story that needed to be written, a story whose time has come, in a sense, because of so many years, a couple of decades of work, decades of achievement. There's a fascinating story to be written, not only obviously as a great, it is a great story, and it's got some very interesting elements to it, and there are many facets to it. It's obviously also a great story of inspiration of what can be achieved if you have, like the book rightly says in the cover, extraordinary vision, which Mr. Mahantesh has had. So I think it's obviously a hugely inspirational book, a great story of. So it's not only, I think, an inspirational book for people who probably feel that they're disadvantaged or challenged. I mean, people like us, I guess, who've had all the advantages in life, who've been lucky. I would say lucky. We can get inspired by it in terms of what can be contributed and what can be contributed to society, and the difference that people can really make. So I think it's like I said, I mean, it's been. And I think Mr. Mahantesh and Satish, for me, are a really good combination to write this book, and like Mr. Babu said, maybe the first of many books that they would like to come out with, or they would like to bring out. But I think they're a really good combination, because I mean, I've known Satish for a long time as well. We were colleagues. He was my senior in college. Obviously, like he said, he went on to become a reporter. He's worked in cricket at the cricket stadium. So I think Satish is someone who's a man of not. So you can't pigeonhole Satish and say that he's only a journalist or a former cricketer or a coach, or he's actually done so many things. He's got his resume actually has touched on so many things. He's had so many experiences that I think a lot of that comes out in this book. Obviously, his skill as a journalist comes out. That's the obvious one. But I think to understand a story like this, you need to be more than just a journalist. I think you need to have experienced a little bit more than that to actually bring something out like this. Because yes, a journalist can do it, but that would be just repeating a story. But just the difficulties, I think just the challenges and the difficulties that Mr. Mahantesh and his team, and I think that's one of the great things I've learned, that how Mr. Mahantesh is someone is that he's so happy to give credit to other people, and he identifies that, yes, while he might be the face of Samarthanam and he might be the face of Cabby, but he has always recognized the role of other people in making all of this possible, and we saw that in his brief words here today as well, which I think is fantastic. Because without a team, without a group of highly motivated and people with incredible drive and vision, you can't achieve great things. And what Mr. Mahantesh and his team have achieved at Samarthanam is great things. So I think that's a sign of a true leader, and he has been one. He's been able to lead a team in spite of the challenges that he has faced, in spite of the difficulties that he himself personally might have faced. He's been able to find something special deep within him to be able to inspire so many other people to do great work. So, so for me, I think absolute pleasure to just be here and release the book today. Fantastic reading. It's a terrific book. I think there's some great stories as well. So it's written very nicely, which is what I like. It's not heavy reading, written anecdotally nicely. So it's an easy book to read, which is the great skill of both Mr. Mahantesh and Satish comes to the fore to make a book readable and enjoyable, something that even young people and people like my son can read and enjoy. So thank you so much. Fantastic. Thanks for having me. I know I would have loved to have come and done it in person, but just the fact that you took the trouble to have me, even though I was not able to make the journey and release it online, in times like this. Thank you very much from my side, and all the best, and all the best to the fantastic work that you all continue to do. So, just before I finish, I just want to say that people think of me as a very good, obviously as a very good cricketer and someone who played the game a lot. I actually came to know my real abilities when I tried to play blind cricket once. So there was this there was this thing organized in Delhi wherein we were blindfolded and we were asked to hit the ball the ball with which the blind cricketers play. It's a ball that makes a noise, as a lot of you will know. You roll it on the ground and the ball makes a noise, so that you have to actually get a sense of the ball and then connect it or hit it or field it. And believe me, I missed every single ball that I was given. It really made me appreciate the skills of some of the blind cricketers who are there. And believe me, they hit it hard and they bowl quite fast. I mean, it's not. In fact, I was actually, to be honest, once my eyes were closed, I was scared for my safety. And I think that's sort of, in a way, it kind of hits you that how much things you take for granted. You actually you take things that you've been given for granted and don't realize, and how difficult it must be for people who have these challenges and difficulties with vision impairment, like Mr. Mahantesh has had, and many of the great and many of the blind cricketers have. But in spite of that, what they're able to achieve, I think, means that actually, in a sense, people may say that they're disabled, but I would like to say that they're actually specially abled because they have skills that I don't think many of us have. So just thank you so much. Just thought I'd end with that. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Rahul. And now we request on behalf of all of us, it's my pleasure to request you to kindly release the book and then, show it to the audience who is watching this live.
Yeah.
Kindly hold it for a moment, because I would request Mahantesh and Satish to kindly come forward. In the meantime, Satish was mentioning about Mr. Kumar. So I would request Mr. Kumar also to kindly come here. The man behind.
Come on.
They say, Tereya Hindina star.
You have to.
Star,
come on.
Without your mask.
Yeah. Come on.
Come.
That's
so Satish, you come to the front.
Kumar.
Yes, sir, munde bani.
Kumar was always with us.
Yes. You can say a few words.
And that's a braille copy, by the way.
There's a braille copy of which held by Kumar. You can also hold.
Kumar, you have to hold up. It's a braille
Wherever
copy.
you are, United States of America, all over the world, please give a round of applause so that we can hear it in
Ellara
the
Kappa.
guns. Yes.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you, everyone. And yes, we also have a braille copy, as already indicated, and that's being held by Mahantesh.
Thank you, Guru Garu, Subbu Garu. Namaskaram. Namaskaram.
yeah.
Thank you.
Just one thing, Rahul, I'd like to tell you that you're not alone in having a problem with playing blind cricket. World Cup winning captain, Steve Waugh, didn't hit a single ball, even his famous lock sweep, nothing. He came over to play for his documentary that he was doing. Not a, I was pledging him, Rahul, for the sake of the Indian team. I was pledging the head of Steve Waugh standing behind, saying, what's happening, mate? Can't see the ball. He just couldn't play. And he tried to take off his blindfold, tried without it, hit a few shots. I said, now bowl to me. Again, complete, absolute failure. So
No, it's not easy. It's tough. It's incredible.
yeah.
So all of you please stay on, and I think I would request all of you to. And thank you, Kumar.
Thank you, Kumar.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot, Kumar. You really made us do this.
It's indeed a matter of great pleasure that Sri Rahul he'll be there for some more time with us.
Yeah.
So I think, Satish, you said off air that instead of the audience or the media friends ask a question, you would be the first to ask a question to Sri Rahul.
No, I was
And
just
I'm sure he's a great diplomat and he knows how to answer. You can ask anything.
Yeah, see, I must say this. When I text Rahul for something,
Okay.
I tell him exactly what it is for. For example, if it is this event, I tell Rahul, I'm not texting you as a journalist. Rahul, I'm not texting you for something else. And finally, I also tell Rahul, I'm not texting you for a job, but I have something else. And then we will get on a conversation. So, obviously, we and me and Mahantesh are extremely grateful to have his presence. I know it makes the value that it lends to this particular function. It's really massive. So it's so kind of you, Rahul, to have agreed immediately. We tried to find a mutual date, and this just so happened. And I think we forgot one very, very important thing. Rahul, the sheer coincidence of this day, September 10th, 2019, there was this, we kept wanting to write a chapter on Nagesh, which was going to be the last chapter. And Mahantesh and me said, we had decided that save the best for the last. So we were going on putting off that chapter. Finally, we met at Agara Lake, that is close to Mahantesh's house, for one of our walks. And the first thing we meet, we go for a round first before I put on my recorder. And it suddenly Mahantesh tells me, sir, you know what day it is? So I say, what? He says, Nagesh's birthday. He said, just happened. And today is what day? September 10th, Nagesh's birthday. We are launching the book. I mean, as Mahantesh, you were saying that he's somewhere behind watching us?
Absolutely. He ensures the way he wants, the way he would have got it done. So whether he's there here or not, he makes sure, initially we were planning to release this on 29th August, sir.
Yeah, National Sports Day.
Yes, National Sports Day. But Nagesh wanted us to do this today. It also very well coincided with Rahul sir's date. So I think a lot of coincidences which we saw in the book. And even now also Nagesh is ensuring things continue to be like that and things continue to happen for us in the future also.
Okay. Yes, anyone in the audience can ask a question to Rahul. He will take it a couple of questions. Yes, we have some time with us.
Subbu sir, anything for Rahul?
Question to Rahul.
Yeah, I think first Subbu sir, we should tell him your name is Subbu, not Babu.
Subbu.
Yeah.
So I heard so much about you, sir. We love to meet you when I come to Bangalore.
Definitely next time, definitely. Or when I come to the US. Unfortunately, in times like this, nobody is traveling, sadly. But hopefully soon.
Visiting you here in Boston, and you have fans all over the world.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
I think we can let Rahul go.
Yeah. Rahul, if anyone in the audience has got a quick question, you can. Otherwise, we'll say thanks to Rahul. Anyone, any question, Rajendra or anyone from Mr. Mahantesh's family you want to ask? This is the opportunity. which you should miss.
Yes.
Any questions? I think they're all, just
Spellbound.
become spellbound with your presence.
That's fine.
Actually, I was telling, I've seen both Rahul Dravid and MS Dhoni in Mahantesh. He's like all as far as the cricket is concerned, his journey is concerned. And MS Dhoni is the Captain Cool. Whatever happens, he's always Mr. Captain Cool. I've seen both the personalities in Mahantesh. I just want to mention this.
Rajendra sir, when you talk about Nagesh and Mahantesh, like Nagesh will do all the naughty stuff and Mahantesh should be anything. Rahul should recall Rahul, Jack, J. Arun Kumar and Valmik Butch. they were a pair like that. This Valmik Butch was a very naughty guy. But I know Mahantesh did this. Jack Arun Kumar, Subbu incidentally is the coach of the US team now, US national team. You'll probably meet him in the US.
Yes.
Jack would drop a cup, he'll be sitting in KSA, probably playing a match. So while they both are sitting down, he would drop a cup. And KSA, one of these tea cups, porcelain cups. And Valmik Butch would be blamed for it. Jack would be sitting quietly. So I don't know, Rajendra sir, Mahantesh was like that. Did he do naughty stuff and allowed Nagesh to take the blame? I want to know from you. That's not in the book. That's why.
Well, Rahul, you want to say something as a remark for your presence?
No, just again, like I say, thank you, and just so lovely to see both Mr. Nagesh and Mr. Mahantesh's families as well. I think they deserve as much congratulations for this as Mr. Mahantesh does as well. So congratulations to them as well. Really, I think fantastic, Satish and Mr. Mahantesh and everyone to release this book. I'm sure this is going to be a book that's it's obviously going to do really well, but also going to serve as a huge inspiration for so many people. So thank you very much. Thanks a lot, and I hope that many people get to read this, just as many people have been influenced by so much of the work that you have done.
Thanks a lot. Thanks once again for being a part of this. And
thank you so much. Thanks.
One concluding thing to Rahul sir. Personally, on behalf of myself and my family and Samarthanam and Cabby, I would like to salute you and send big thanks to all the support you have extended to us. Great legends, cricketers like you are great source of inspiration and energy for me personally. So I'm personally honored knowing you and also getting recognized by you. Thank you very much.
No. Thank you. Please don't embarrass me. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rahul.
Thank you, sir.
Bye. Bye. Thanks.
Well, I would like to say others to stay back, and now questions can be asked to Mahantesh or Satish, anything about the book, the other audience, whoever it is, and from the media also. Yeah. Any questions to Mr. Mahantesh or Satish?
I would actually like to read out something. We got a very interesting message today. It's from a person who Mahantesh and me revere a lot.
Okay.
I know him in many roles. All the roles that I have played, he knows about it. It's Professor Ratnakar Shetty, BCCI. He was the MCA first. In the BCCI, he was the Chief Administrative Officer. He sent a very touching message. So I would like to read it out to the audience. Please indulge me. He writes to Mahantesh saying, Satish sent me the invite about your book launch at the hands of Rahul Dravid. I'm so happy for you. You have overcome innumerable obstacles and made life a visually challenged, meaningful and happy. I was fortunate to visit the institution about which you are so passionate. He's talking about Samarthanam. It was your untiring efforts along with your colleagues like David, our Secretary of Cabby, which gave the visually challenged a platform to participate in cricket from grassroots to international level, including the World Cup. You deservedly had the honor of being the president of the World Body for Cricket. He still obviously is. And Professor Shah continues to say, I will always treasure the relationship built with you and your colleagues when I was in BCCI. God bless you. Greetings and good wishes for the book launch, which I will watch for sure. So, Professor, if you're watching us, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. From me also. Such a very heart-touching, very warm message. Really,
a huge set of messages have come in from various people all around the world. Most of them, in a nutshell, if you can say, they're all congratulated you, Mr. Mahantesh, and they are expecting many more books from your end. And also pretty happy that Rahul Dravid also was a part of this program.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thanks everyone who have sent your wishes. They all mean a lot. And together, let's make more things happen for the good of our community.
Yes. So one comment we saw, we are mesmerized and there's no scope for questions. So that sums it all. We just got a comment saying that they're all mesmerized, and definitely, in fact, we are also mesmerized by tremendous amount of response what we have got through various social media. So we would like to thank everyone. We would like to thank Mahantesh. We would like to thank Sri Rajendra sir, the Dronacharya, and of course, not to forget Sri Subbu and family from the United States of America. I think now it's been an early morning, and thanks for being a part of this. And of course, not to forget Sri Nagesh and Mahantesh's family, and all millions and millions of viewers who have been watching this live on the social media. Thank you very much, and all of you, please take care. Namaskar.
Thank you, sir. Shankar Prakash, sir. We always hear Shankar Prakash, sir, is a lion voice. Lion voice. Listening to her voice all the time.
Thank you, sir. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you.